Hi everybody,
Hi.
Scott and Xiao here. We're gonna drink a 2017 spring tea that Xiao sourced, one of her favorites also. This tea is called He Tao Di, which means walnut. He Tao Di means like the Walnut Village or Walnut area because
The
why?
place around because this place the tea the next to this tea farm
Yeah.
have a piece of land they grow on the walnut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a walnut orchard and a tea producing area all in
They
the same
grow on
area.
the same area.
Okay, well, let's get started.
Okay.
So Lucy, what are you doing down there? Oh no,
怎么了？
Lucy has like 500 cactus things in her leg. We'll get those when the video's over. Lucy likes to run around and chase stuff on the property here, and there are thousands of cactus stands, and she'll go right into one of the cactus stands if she's chasing an animal. So she gets tons of little cactus needles in her body all over the place. You can't see it right now. But anyways, He Tao Di, Jinggu Village. It's one of the, I think, wow, how many different Jinggu teas do we make this year? I think 16 or 17 different villages. Really sweet, nice, kind of malty and thick. You can just smell that, how thick this tea is. But we, in the last few years, we've really gotten into making Jinggu teas because Jinggu is one of those, I think, really kind of an underappreciated area. There's a lot of gushu or old tea trees and mature, tea trees. Not all of them ancient, but there's just a lot of really great tea. The growing environment is very pure. There's not, it's easy to find teas that will pass the pesticide tests that we do. And it's just, I think, a really underappreciated area. So
Yeah, also the price is pretty good.
yeah, it's nice to be able to get tea that we can offer to people, 400-gram cakes that we can offer for well less than $100. I think this one's, I don't know, around $70, I think. Which I think, to get really, really good tea from mature tea trees that in that price range. Nicely, I think, really well balanced. That's just my impression. It's got body, it's thick, it has bitterness, but it's not overwhelming. It's that kind of bitterness that'll fade into a kind of sweetness really fast. But
Yeah, I need another cup.
yeah, it's just the first infusions. It's still not opened up yet, but
The cup smells good.
yeah.
Smells yes. Even today it's not very warm, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah. We also are kind of strong believers in how the weather affects a tea drinking session. Yeah. Well, not just the temperature even, but even when it's like heated, like in the house, outside it's like really cold and cloudy. It's definitely not optimum weather for drinking Pu'er.
It's very shiny.
Yeah. Nice, really like golden tea soup, not tending towards green, not tending towards orange. Why don't you go ahead and get the next one started?
Okay.
So we can keep the video from being half an hour long.
You drink too fast.
Yeah, it's just the way I am. This one's perfect.
Yeah.
It's really opened up now. It has it's like it's got like an oily, kind of like, not creamy necessarily, but kind of like malty, oily, like it's just really thick. Would you say?
Yes, I think it's the time they picking is the right time. 很成熟. The tea leaves is grown up.
Mature.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not too small.
Yeah, and have a.
What happens if the tea is picked when the leaves are too young?
You know, I every time I go back China, like springtime, and I always get a lot of samples. I think they pick too early to make the samples. You can maybe 80% you can drink the taste, but it's not quite yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So the samples that we get are
Yes.
picked really early because they're trying to get a sample
Samples
out
sent
so that
out,
we can say, oh, we want to order this tea.
Yeah.
But have you encountered tea that just all the tea that they made was too young, or no, typically not?
No.
Right.
I think some people they do make they pick very early. I don't like too early. I always wait a while, and of course the first pick is 香气.
The aroma.
Aroma is very 怎么说很明显的 very high.
The aroma is very much at the forefront, very obvious, strong. But I would say, in my experience, that the stock, after we've drank the sample, if we like the sample and we order the tea, the stock, the actual tea that we get, whether it be 50 kilos or 20 kilos, is usually better.
Definitely, always better than
And I think
samples.
that's because the stock itself has been, it has the fully matured leaves picked at the exact right time, and then the various different days of pickings are actually blended together, so that harmonizing creates more depth and character to the tea.
Yeah.
Just like if you were to blend a bunch of different teas, high quality teas together, you would get it. But so I think a lot of people don't understand that tea is picked over a period of, usually first flush, what would you say, about 2 weeks or so, 2-3 weeks?
Yeah.
And then over that period of time, those teas are often then taken and blended together or harmonized.
Yeah.
At least they should be, because that actually improves. So one tea garden's tea is actually blended with different pickings because in the morning they'll pick it, and then it's with raw pu'er, by the end of the day it's should have been turned into mao cha at that time. So then they've got this day's mao cha, and then the next day's, and then the next day's, and ideally those should be blended together to create a uniform kind of feeling, because the weather across those days might not be quite the same. The water content of the leaves might not be quite the same. So,
but I think still people pick too early, they just make samples, because if you wait the ground till the right time to pick, they can pick more, and the weight is more heavy.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think they won't pick too early just to make the samples. Yeah, this one is very good, and this village is very small. I think we only got 50 kilo, right?
50 kilo, I think so. Yeah, I think 50 total was what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about that, if we press, well, 1 kilo is 2.5 cakes per kilo. So that's, what's that? 120, 50 times 2.5, 125. Yeah,
but
so
no,
100.
I don't think we have 125 cakes.
Right.
Because they'll have some dust or 黄片
Yeah.
pick up.
Some of the stuff, when you take 125 kilos of tea to the tea factory, you don't end up with 125 kilos of tea cakes. You lose some.
Yeah, this one is very good. And when I'm talking about good, it's not just the taste is good, the price is good, and the quality is very good.
Yeah, it's nice. It's got a really good balance. And it stays in the mouth. I really like the fact that the bitterness. This has a bitterness and astringency, but it doesn't. It's not overpowering, and it moves away really fast, and it transforms into something else.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like an oily, kind of a little bit of sweet, oily kind of taste, a little fruity. It's really hard to use words, like food words, to describe tea. I don't find that it works very well, but
I'm not good at to use words to talk about tea. I think you have to drink. A lot of feelings I can't really find some words to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, this tea is still very new, I think have enough bitterness and a little bit
Astringency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think after a while, if you stood in the right place, right, area, you will get something different.
It's got a really stable output too. Yeah.
And I think this tea is very smooth. Like every
smooth?
Yeah, smooth. Sorry. Every 怎么说每一泡
Every steeping
is have very
consistent. Right?
Yes.
就是稳定。
Yes, 很稳定。
每一泡都比较稳定。
对。
它不会一下子就下了。
对。
Yeah, it won't just suddenly drop out. It's not like a lot of like plantation teas and inferior teas will just be, the early infusions will really quickly they'll ramp up and then they'll just drop down and then they'll kind of turn into nothing.
Yeah.
I think this definitely has a nice stable output.
Yeah.
And over time, as it ages, the infusibility will actually increase. I don't really understand why that is with aged teas, but properly stored aged teas will have that kind of increased infusibility over time. You'll get more steepings out of them.
Yeah, I like Jinggu tea.
再泡.
Yes.
Sorry, I have to remind you to keep putting water in there because we're gonna have to wait longer now.
I know.
So for people who have tried He Tao Di or try this He Tao Di and like it, what other teas from Jinggu might they also like?
Have another one I really like called 酸枣树.
酸枣树.
Yeah,
okay.
酸枣树 is very good. And we got a new one from 2017 spring called 三层云. It's very good too. Yeah. We got some samples from same area, right? The samples, 那个叫什么？套装 the samples you can order on the
Oh,
website.
the Jinggu. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
some Jinggu tea samplers where you can. There's three, I think 3 or 4 total,
Yeah.
with the different teas in them. So
Yeah.
you could, if you ordered all of those, you could try all of them, or you can just order them separately. But I really like Hangu Di.
Hangu tea is powerful.
I like Hangu Di
Yeah.
and Damao Shan.
Damao
Damao Shan is very powerful too. That one
Yeah.
really is a strong one. This one's, I think, a little bit. It's more.
柔和是吧?
Yeah,
柔和.
but it's softer, but it's not boring at all.
Yeah.
It's very complex, but it's not strong. It's not like a, kind of tea.
Yeah, and I think this kind of tea is, even it's new, is very easy to drink. Like some ones is very strong, like bandong, very
Bandong,
strong.
yeah, the Lincang tea.
Yeah, if you drink very fresh raw pu'er, I think you probably won't want to drink every day or drink too much because it's very powerful. It's very
Can I have
bitter.
some more?
Why you want more?
Don't waste it.
Okay.
Come on.
Go ahead. 回甘很好. My mouth feels very sweet.
It's really nice and sweet right now. Xiao and I work together every day, and so we have kind of a, I don't know.
What?
we like to kind of mess with each other sometimes.
Why you want to do that?
See, she's messing with me right now.
This one is really nice.
Yeah. I can't wait to see how this one's going to age, like, over time. It's already really nice. It's really just not even a year yet. It's just very pleasant.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of astringency that's coming in now with the later steeps, but it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
When I
not.
just got it, it's have more fresh smell and taste. Now I think it's the most fresh, like not grass, like just the fresh, like supreme.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, supreme taste is almost gone.
Yeah. Is that what you use? 草青味.
草青味. Sometimes maybe not a nice word for that. Maybe you should say 清爽度.
清爽度.
对.
Qing is green, shuang is like
爽就是很爽.
oh, shuang is like nice.
就是 fresh.
Yeah.
Very fresh. And I think now the freshness is almost gone. It's very sweet.
Yeah, it still has that nuttiness that the early infusions had, like a kind of nutty kind of taste.
Yeah, when I got the samples, I drink. I like it. I really like it. Especially the 毛茶调所 is 很肥壮的.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to get this tea in the spring, but I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I think a lot of people don't understand that. I've had people ask me about fair trade teas and things like that, and I just say, we're lucky to get these teas sometimes.
Yeah.
If the grower has somebody that maybe has more interest in the tea, or has already maybe told them that, they absolutely have to get this tea this spring. We tend to wait until we get the samples and then decide, because we want to make sure that the tea is good before we commit to buy it. But there's always a chance that we won't be able to make the tea again because the grower was courted by somebody else, or somebody was willing to pay more, or, so it's never
Or
the
sometimes,
the growers are very much, I think, in a position of power, and that they're the ones that
yeah,
have the tea. And as these areas develop more and they become more well known, um, then there's no guarantee that we'll get the tea. Luckily, Jinggu hasn't gotten overblown like a lot of places in Xishuangbanna where it's super
yeah,
hard. Like Yiwu, we made those teas like Wangong and Xikong,
that's expensive.
and well, not only that, but they're just not available anymore because those villages became so sought after. Prices went up 5-10 times from the time that we made the tea. Not only that, we couldn't even buy those teas if we wanted to. Money doesn't necessarily get you tea. You still have to have a good relationship. So hopefully we'll be able to keep making these teas with the people that we work with in He Tao Di
Yeah.
and a lot of these other villages. So
Yeah, I think the tea farmers from He Tao Di, they're good, and they want to sell to us because we try to sell to the outside China, and that is make them excited. Like, oh, my tea is go to the U.S. or somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah, and they don't
Are you
have
gonna?
much.
Are you gonna take them a cake this year? Yeah.
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 I think they were like rappers. Yes, every year we have very nice rappers. Not just about tea. It's
Wenhua.
yeah,
Culture. Yeah.
culture and
Yeah.
it's art. Our rappers is art, and I will definitely give one cake to the farmer. Let them
Yeah.
look the nice rappers, nice art from. This is I didn't put the design.
This design's by Marichka Turanska. Maybe I didn't pronounce her name correctly. She's in the west of Ukraine,
Yeah,
and she's done a couple of wrappers for us. And
yeah, she's good.
yeah, she's a great artist.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to get more this year. I love it. The price is good, the taste, the quality is very good. But sometimes even the 鲜叶 is good.
The fresh
Fresh
leaves.
is good. But sometimes the farmers maybe they will make the mistake to process,
Oh yeah.
杀青. If it's over too
The
much,
Kilgreen.
it's not good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's plenty of teas that I've had that have from obviously really incredibly good material. You can see it's like old, big, stout, thick stems and leaves from old tea trees, but that they were
Yeah.
processed either like green tea, very, or over processed or over wilted or oxidated,
Yeah.
like kind of like a black tea. So, yeah. That's unfortunately that's happened several times where we've worked with people, but then for some reason they, messed up the processing. But oftentimes that's just a sample, So if we request another sample of the tea from them, they send it and it's good. So it's always, there's always kind of a gamble too that the tea shows up and it's also not the same as what we ordered. But typically, once we've established a good relationship with the growers, those kind of things don't happen. We rarely get nasty surprises. So
Yeah. Sometimes when I get the sample, it's good because have nice water, then start running heavy for a while, and the tea is come out not very good, so I have to giving up sometimes.
yeah. Well, I'm really glad that you made this tea. I'm glad that you
me
found
too.
it,
Me
and
too.
I'm looking forward to some
Make
of the
more
other
this
teas
year.
that you find this year too.
Yeah, I'll always try my best looking for different good teas, especially from the small village, You have to working hard to find them. And they don't have much. Sometimes the one village only have 10 kilo. Do you remember the tea we have, the wild tea, 野放茶 from Bandung?
Oh yeah.
Every
yeah,
year we only
yeah.
can get a few kilos.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
only 5 kilo, sometimes 4 kilo.
Yeah.
But it's very, very good.
But we pressed those cakes, but we didn't sell them.
We don't have much.
Yeah.
We should keep some.
I kept a few, and then I sold a few to some very select customers.
Yeah.
So, well, I think that's about it. I mean, we could keep going, but I think we'll finish up, and we'll keep making some videos. And next time, maybe we'll do a Linzang tea or an Yiwu tea.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you guys should try it. It's very good. It's very unique. It's different. And I think every different kind of tea from different mountains, they have their own cha tea. And everybody drink have different taste, you know?
Yeah, I think it's a good intro tea to Jinggu too, if you kind of want to know what Jinggu has to offer. I think it's a good one because it kind of has a real obvious Jinggu character to it.
Yeah.
And it's not one way or the other so much. It's not super bitter and it's not super light and fluffy. Yeah. It's really a solid, I think, representative tea from Jinggu, and shows that that Jinggu teas rightfully have a place in the world of pu'er as well, and that they're excellent. So
yeah.
Thank you, and appreciate you watching.
Yeah,
and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.